Hello guys, welcome back onto the channel. So as some of you might know, Sony will be shutting down Driveclub servers in March 31st, and that's unfortunate. I'm very sad about it, to be honest. This is a game that sort of defined the generation for me. I've been playing racing games for the vast majority of my life, and very few games had the impact that Driveclub had on me, and it's it's sad to see such a great game pretty much dying the way that it did. If you, in case you're unaware, Sony they shut down the studio behind the game, and but they kept the servers alive until now. So you have, if you enjoy the game, you have only up to March 31st to play the game online, and after that the online functionality of the game will be gone. So that's a sad part for me. But let's focus on what I'm gonna be doing on this live stream. So throughout March I have a couple of stuff planned around the game, and today I'm gonna be kickstarting a series of live streams where I'm gonna be playing through the entire campaign mode, the entire tour mode, from 0 to 100%. I deleted my save. It's gone, but the game still keeps my levels. So all of the cars that are locked behind levels, I'm gonna have them unlocked because it's tied to your account. But as far as the progress on the main campaign goes, it's gone. So I'm gonna be playing from start to finish. Of course, not in a single live stream, but yeah, this is the first in a series of live stream where I'm gonna be playing through the entire career mode in Driveclub. But anyways, enough chatter. Let's get started. So as you can see, everything is 0. I don't have any stars yet. I have all the DLC here. Again, everything has been reset. Let's see how long it takes, because I know that the main career mode, there are some events that are pretty difficult, especially the time trial ones, and the DLC gets progressively more difficult than the career mode. So it's been maybe 2 years since I played through the career mode, so I don't remember exactly what to expect from these, but I know that the first events are fairly easy. So yeah, let's get started. And in the process, let's see if I can crack the top 100 on a bunch of tracks. Right now on this first one, I'm sitting at 4,221. Let's see if we can bring it all the way up to 100 in some of these events. Let me just check if the live stream is actually working. Yeah, it is. So the only thing that I ask from you guys is that you hit the like button, because it does help me out a lot. And if there are any issues with the live stream regarding audio or dropped frames or anything of that sort, please do let me know so that I can look at it while we go, because I want this live stream to be at the best quality possible. I'm streaming at 1440p. The game unfortunately doesn't support this resolution, but the reason why I'm streaming at 1440p is because of the bitrate, the higher bitrate. So that's my main goal. I want to have the best quality possible in this series of live streams. Let me just check one thing, just one more thing, and then we're gonna be we'll be good to go. Let me just check if the quality is indeed at 1440p. Yes, it is. All right. I know that a lot of you who watch my videos really like this game because there were a lot of instances where I had people coming up to me saying that this game is one of their favorite games ever, one of the best games ever. And so I know that it's mutual. I know that I'm streaming to the right audience. These first few cars that you get to drive in this game are fairly easy to control, but I know that some of the faster ones can be really tricky to master. So I'm curious to see how well I'm gonna do. And I'm actually surprised that I still remember a lot of the braking points. I played through a few races earlier today just to test the live stream and all, just to get everything ready and set up. And I was surprised to see that I still remember a lot of the breaking points since it's been a long time since I played this game. And also, while I'm doing these events, I'm gonna try to get all of the stars. Well, I'm gonna get all of the stars, but I'm gonna try to do them all at once in every single race. Of course, there are gonna be a couple that I'm gonna have to redo because I know that some of these are pretty difficult to do in one go. But I'm gonna try to do most of them in one go, just so that we can keep things moving. Because there's a lot of ground to cover in this game, so I really can't waste too much time on it. Not that I don't want to though, because I really do enjoy this game, but it's just more of a time constraint sort of thing. It really does feel so good to be back to this game, and I played the crap out of this game back in its glory days when the developers were still supporting the game, and I love this game. And I'm kind of curious to learn what exactly is gonna go away with the server shutdown. I know that the levels are tied to your account, so I'm not entirely sure if you're gonna lose your levels or if something else is gonna happen. Maybe they'll release a patch to make the levels tied up to your game save. I don't know. That would be a good idea actually. But yeah, I don't know. All I can do at this point is to speculate what's gonna happen to the game. Okay, so for this, for the first one, I didn't manage to improve my time at all. For this one, let's see if we can improve a little bit. Let me just check what sort of cars the top 50 are using on this track, because that's gonna be helpful. Oh, they're using the Mini Cooper. All right, so that's the one we're gonna go with. I don't know whether the soundtrack of this game is actually copyrighted. I know it's property of Sony, so there's a good chance that I might get a copyright strike or something like that. If it does actually happen, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna keep the video up on the channel, but for the next live streams, I might turn the game soundtrack off. I hope it doesn't happen though. So because I really like the soundtrack on this game. The average speed face-off is out of the way. It always feel good to get some of these out of the way right at the beginning, so you don't have to worry about it later on in the race. I find it amazing that a game that's this old, I think Driveclub was released in 2014. So if that's actually true, it might be close to 6 years old. It might be close to a 6-year-old game. And it's amazing how well it still holds up graphically when compared to games that are coming out recently. And it looks gorgeous, man. This is one of the very few games that I've ever played that I have very little to complain about. Like, very, very little. It's... it's weird to think that a game has so very few downsides to it. But yeah. I thought I had done a lot better, but how I did 229, low 229. Holy crap, the first place did 9 full seconds better. I'm way off the pace, but that's okay. Let me check which car the first place is used. Oh, the Honda Civic Type R. This is one of the DLC cars, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it is. Oh, I messed up. That's okay. I think, yeah, I could have taken this one flat out if I hadn't hit that little thing. Oh man, I don't want to slide. You lose so much time by doing it. Not bad. Like, yes, I think 16 seconds faster than the required time. Let's see. Oh man, that didn't even crack the top 1,000. Let's do this one first, then we're gonna do the cup. Yeah, I remember that this corner always got me. I don't know why, but I don't think I ever figured out when I should be braking there for some weird reason. Nice. Okay, most people are using the Honda Civic Type R. Yeah. I mean, it's a good opportunity to use these cars because a lot of them I still haven't maxed out the levels. If you've never played Driveclub before, so Driveclub has each of the cars I think can go up to level 15, and based on levels that you unlock, you're gonna get a few special paints for your car. So I think it's something nice because it kind of gives you a reason to max out the levels of your car. And to be honest, I also love this objective system that's in every single race in this game. I wish more games adopted this. So this Honda Civic is obviously faster than the majority of the cars, but oh crap, didn't mean to do that. But it's a bit tricky to control. It's not as stable under braking. Well, I'll take it. Thought I was gonna get a penalty there. Oh, that was awful. I think I'm doing well in this. It definitely feels faster than a lot of the cars that I usually use in this track. I knew it. So yeah, this game came out in 2014, and it had a penalty system, and it worked for most part of the time. I mean, it wasn't perfect, but it did a lot to prevent a lot of the stuff that frustrates me about racing games in general, like corner cutting, people trying to ram you off, stuff like that. They would all fall under the umbrella of the penalty system. So it was good to have this. And again, it's yet another case of things that Driveclub did many years ago that some games still don't do to this day. Forza. I mean, Forza has implemented the penalty system under the cheekily named Forza Racing Regulation. I don't know why they need to give it a name, but yeah, it took them long enough. Too long, to be honest. Oh crap. Oh, I thought... Yeah, I had forgotten about this section. That was too quick. Should have lifted off just a tiny bit. Let me just check something because it looks like I'm dropping a few frames here, and that's one of the things that I like to avoid in this live stream. It wasn't supposed to be dropping frames because this game runs at 30 frames per second, so it's not that demanding to encode all of the footage, but let me see. Yeah, I don't know why it is dropping frames like that. But yeah, whatever. So first cup is out of the way, so we have like a few more events until we reach the rookie trophy. Let me see. Again, the Honda Civic. So this car pretty much dominates the the leaderboards in the hot hatch category. Holy crap, I just realized that I'm far away from the first time goal, the first place ghost. And just as I said that, I messed it up. I thought I was going to unlock something for that car, but apparently not. Nice. Yeah, I have maxed. I have a feeling that the most people would use the other card that I don't have maxed out. No, I actually use the one that I have maxed out. Look who's in first place. Kai. I don't know if you know him, but he's one of the biggest Gran Turismo Sport YouTubers currently. So he used to dominate the leaderboards in Driveclub. He used to do guides on the tracks as well for this game as well. That's how I got to know him. Not personally, obviously, but that's how I got to know him. This Mercedes A45 is one of my dream cars. I love the way it looks. I mean, I like the new model, the one that they released, I think, last year. Oh crap! Yeah, let me restart it. I like the lines on the new one, but I don't know. I kind of like this one better. I think I could have taken that one without braking, actually. Maybe just a quick lift off, and I think that would be enough. Was awful. Yeah, but that did a trick, so not gonna complain about that. Did I set a faster? No, I didn't. Let me check. Which one? There's a bigger variety. No, actually it's mostly Honda Civics. Gonna see if I can get the drift. Oh crap! The drift face off over this first lap. Then I can concentrate on the lap time over the second one, in case I don't get it over this first one. I don't think I lost a lot of time there though, so this still might be doable. Yeah, I think we're gonna get it. Nice. Okay. Crap, I changed the... Just check. I think a lot of people are gonna go with the GTI. No, actually with the Beetle. Nice, because I like the Beetle better. Alright. Let's go with the Beetle because I still haven't maxed out the levels on this car. And that's something that I want to do before the servers are shut down, because I have no idea what's going to happen to the car levels as well. How I love this game, man. Like, my wife isn't into racing games like I am. Like, there are just a few racing games here and there that she actually enjoys, but over the years, despite her not enjoying racing games nearly as much as I do, she has heard me babbling about this game non-stop over the years. That's how excited I am about this game in general. I'm doing a lot better on this track. I remember back in the day when I used to play this game frequently. This is one of the this used to be one of the tracks that I had the most trouble with, especially over that section that we've just been through. But for some reason, I seem to have taken that without any problems. So yeah, one of the things that I feared the most when I raced this track online was spinning out, because there's some sort of weird elevation at some very specific spots. If you're not careful, it's gonna send your car into a spin very quickly. This is the section that I was talking about. I took it way worse than I did on the first lap though. This is also the other section that I used to have trouble with. Actually, more than the first section, the second one. If you go too much to the side and clip the grass, you're gonna get a penalty. So it's a fine line that you need to tread between getting a clean line and getting a penalty over there. Nice. So we're doing pretty good so far. I thought we were gonna do a lot worse. And as I said at the beginning of the live stream, I'm actually surprised that I still remember a lot of the breaking points. I say breaking point, but to be honest, I don't break using reference points in this game. I go by feeling. I can't really explain, but I don't have any sort of visual cues on the track to help guiding me on when I'm supposed to brake, or when I'm supposed to accelerate. I just go by feeling, and I'm happy that I didn't lose that. And I know that it's sort of a silly approach, because that leads to a lot of inconsistencies, but I don't know. I've never felt the need to look for visual cues in this game. I don't even remember whether I got the 2 stars on the first event. If I didn't get it, I'm gonna have to redo the entire championship, because for championships, if you miss as much as just 1 star and you don't restart as soon as you finish the race, you're gonna have to redo the entire championship for it to count. So yeah, that's one of the downsides of not getting all of the starts of all of the stars in one go in championships in this game. But that's fine. I don't mind replaying. I don't mind replaying events in this game anyways. So that's not an issue to me. I guess I could have taken that one flat out. Did I get all of the stars? Or am I gonna have to do it all over again? Oh, I got it, so no problem. Alright, so we're gonna be doing the rookie trophy, which is the first big event. The career mode is kind of sectioned off by trophies. So you have the rookie trophy, I think you have the amateur trophy, and so on and so forth. So yeah, that's the first one. Let me just check. The Honda Civic again. I also remember that one of the features that I actually enjoyed the most in Driveclub was that the create a challenge that was grayed out on the menu that I on the previous menu, and this feature allowed you to maybe set a lap time or maybe do a race, and then you clicked on create a challenge. You choose who you would change the challenge to. You could change you could send to you could choose who to send the challenge to. You could send it to your friends, you could send to the entire community, you could send to clubs, you could send to pretty much anybody that play the game, and then people would take part in your challenge, and those who set the fastest lap time would get some rewards, and those who just participated would get rewards as well. So that was a nice feature that I haven't seen in any other game since. Like Forza has the rivals mode, but it's not as in-depth as Driveclub is, and I think there's room for both Playground Games and Turn 10 Studios to do something much more similar to what Driveclub did with these challenges, because to me that was the perfect way to implement such a feature. I like that you could. There was a community tab. I don't know if this tab is still live, but there used to be I think a community tab or something like that. I can check that later, where you could see which challenges were currently running, and you could take part in any of the challenges in those tabs, and challenges that you got from random people. Like I used to get challenges from random people all the time, and I remember spending hours upon hours trying to shave off a couple tenths off my lap time just so that I could try to beat the lap times that I was challenged to. It was a really nice feature. And the thing is, one of the things that I really think that Evolution Studios nailed with this feature is that, unlike the Rivals events in Forza Horizon or Forza Motorsport, where let's say, for example, you set a time in a BMW M5 that sits in B class. Then you send the challenge to someone else. The person who receives the challenge can use any car within the B class. So that kind of defeats the purpose of setting lap time with a certain car, because if there is a faster car, you can be almost sure that people are going to pick that car. But Driveclub didn't work like that. Driveclub was different. Driveclub, in this sense, when you sent the challenge, let's say I set a lap time in a Honda Civic Type R. The other person who received the challenge as well would only be able to take part in the challenge using the exact same car. So it was a very fair competition. So I don't know, man. I really like the way that they implemented this feature. So it's very well thought out. And of course, I mean, you could have the broader challenges where you could take part in any other car, but for the most part, it was tied to the car that you did the challenge in. So people couldn't pick a different car even if they wanted to. And I think that's the best way to approach this. Rivals events in Forza games, they can work like that when it's challenges that developers themselves created. So they can create this sort of restrictions, like you can only use this car in this setup, or you can only use this car up to a certain level within the class and stuff like that. But if it's a community rival thing, you can choose any car you want, and that's not a good thing. That's not, I think, the way to go about it. Unfortunately, that's the way it is, but I do hope that they change it in the next games. Oh, I'm gonna get a. I thought I was gonna get a penalty. Oh crap! My arm is itchy. Sorry about that. I don't like to pause the races, but couldn't help it. Oh, too wide. Oh yeah, there's another thing that I loved about this game, the accolades. I forgot about that. I think I improved my time, didn't I? Yeah, I did, just a bit. But yeah, the accolade system in this game was very nice because it also gave you reason to keep playing the game. Like, let me back out of this menu just for a tiny bit. So you had the, where do I check this? Oh, my profile. So you had the progression and statistics, and then you have the driver accolades. And there are multiple categories. So you have the vehicles, the events, the gameplay, locations, manufacturers, and game mode. And for vehicles, you have it separated by categories. So you have up to level 10. You can see I haven't completed all of them. For events, it was a certain number of events that you had to play in order to get it up to level 10. Gameplay is the same thing. You have to do very specific things in order to get up to level 10. Locations is the number of races that you do in any given track location actually. Manufacturers is self-explanatory, so you have all the manufacturers that were in the game. And one of the things that I do appreciate that the Evolution Studios did was that with every piece of DLC that they released with a new car, maybe a new car manufacturer, they would add accolades for these cars as well. So these aren't only for cars that came with the base game. These are also the cars that were added later post-launch. So it's a very good thing to do. And then the game modes, same thing. And then you have the levels for each individual car. And then I think you had the levels for the club as well, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see. Yeah, same thing. You have levels for the club. And these are, let's say for example, I think each club can hold up to 6 people. So anyone in your club contributes to these objectives. So it's a very nice thing to have in the game. I do appreciate it. Oh yeah, so that's the one that I was talking about, that the challenge. And it's still going actually. That's actually really nice. And as you can see, it's created by people in the community. It's not created by the developers, which unfortunately they don't exist anymore. But yeah, you can take part in any of these. So I'm gonna be doing some of these over the next few days, maybe do a couple of videos on these, because this is the last chance that I'm gonna have to do these. Oh man, every time that I remember that this game is about to die, I get sad, man. But yeah, that's the way it is. I'm gonna do this shorter events first, and then I'm gonna go do this longer one. Let's start out with this one. Forgot to check which car the top guys are using. The Lotus Evora S. This is a car that I barely use, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see. I would assume that the level of this car is pretty low. Where is it? Yeah, level 4. I barely even touched this car. So yeah, it's a nice opportunity to take this one out for a spin and see what it's all about, because I don't remember how it drives. beautiful game. I never get tired of saying that. And I love how freaking big the cars look on the screen. Look at the size of this thing. Takes maybe 50% of the screen, real estate. That's a big ass car. Oh, for this one I need to set a clean lap time. I think I'm gonna focus on getting up to first place and getting the fastest lap time out of the way first, and then over the second and third laps I'm gonna try to set a clean one. Okay, so I actually set a clean lap time. Alright, so I'm not gonna complain about that. I usually have to focus to get a clean lap time in this game, because there's always a spot that I mess it up, maybe go over the grass, a little bit off the track, but I'm glad that this is out of the way. Nice. I think most people are using the RS5, but just in case, yeah, most of them. That's one of the cars that I'm most comfortable with. The Audi TT, as you can see, I barely played level 6. Yeah, let's go with this one. I think I remember this one. The drift face-off is probably towards the end of the track, so there's a good chance I might screw this one up. It's like right at the end of the track, if I'm not mistaken. Which doesn't help me because this is a 3-minute long race. Oh crap. Oh my god, that was awful. Let me restart. Oh my god. It's such a fine line when you come out of the tunnel because the highlights get blown out, so you can really see where you're going. But you can take a wider line, otherwise you're gonna end up on the other side of the track hitting the guardrails. So it's a fine line that you have to thread over that section. Remember, it was one of the most intense sections of this track when you were racing online side by side to another people, because there was always a risk that the other person would try to push you against the guardrails or mess you up like I just did to this AI car. Oh, why did you brake? You are not supposed to brake. That's a flat out section. Oh, I forgot I had to brake here. Oh man, that is the drift face off. That was easy. Yeah, I'm not even gonna bother drifting through the rest of this challenge. Yeah. Cool. Did I improve my time? No, I didn't. So yeah, like I was saying a few minutes ago, I set a lap time. It doesn't matter if it's a time trial or a race with other cars, but if I go here, create a challenge, I can create a challenge that on behalf of the club, so other clubs can take part in, or a solo challenge where other individual players can take part in. And then from here, I can pick from any of the times. As you can see, I started playing this game. Oh, actually, there are a couple of other races that I did about a month ago that I had forgotten about, but don't quote me on that, but I think the developer said that the game is able to store up to 10,000 lap times, which is ridiculous. But yeah, you can pick from any of these. For some reason, these are set to amateur. I don't know why, semi-pro, rookie, but yeah. You can pick from any of these, and this is the settings. So the people who are gonna be doing these challenges are gonna, let's say for example, there's one I did in the Mercedes A45 AMG. So the other person who takes part in this challenge that I create is only going to be able to choose the exact same car. Their conditions are going to be the exact same, so the same number of laps, the same number of opponents, the same difficulty, the same time of day, time compression, cloud cover, and precipitation. So it's fair. That's why I like these features so much. Yeah, I just realized that the Oh, yeah, I now understand why the difficulty is amateur, because you can really pick the difficulty on career races. I think it gets progressively harder the farther you progress. So rookie, all of these races are set to rookie difficulty, then these ones set to amateur, and this next one is going to be set to semi-pro, and so on and so forth. But if you do like some sort of free play races, then you're going to be able to pick from difficulties. And the reason why I'm wondering about that is that I usually set it to the hardest difficulty, so I didn't really understand what difficulty was set to the lowest one there. But yeah, makes sense. Let me see which car they used here. I'm pretty sure that's going to be the Audi RS. Yeah, that's exactly the one. I like this track. I remember this one. Now it makes sense why the the farther you progress in this game, the more difficult it gets. I've forgotten about that. Then I have this drift one. I'm really bad at drifting. It doesn't matter the game. But yeah, let's do it. It's gonna be a disaster. Did I beat my best score? Or yeah, I did. I actually did. Let's see which one. Yeah, Audi RS5. There is really no better car in this category, so it makes sense why most people are using this car. I went too wide there. Thought I was gonna be able to take that one clean, but oh crap. just check something. Okay, cool. I did, I think 647. Forgot to check properly. Yeah. I don't even know why I hold hopes of improving my time. A lot of these were set back when I was in my best shape in this game, so I don't think I stand a chance of improving it at this point. But yeah. Let me check something. Top 50. So a lot of people are using the Renault Desire. I don't know how to pronounce. I usually pronounce that as Desire. Yeah, I want to go with something different, so let's go with this one. Renault Desire. Yeah. I think it's an electric car, if I'm not mistaken. I don't really remember. This car is so beautiful. Yeah, it's an electric car. It's so weird driving a car without a proper engine sound. Yeah, it's a bit finicky when it comes to throttle control. Way more than the Audi RS5 to be honest, but I tend to like grippier cars in general. So I usually have trouble with some of these cars that require more finesse. Too wide. It's so silent. Nearly top 1000. Now that's something. Yeah, I think I can achieve top 1000 in this car in this track, but it's gonna take a couple more tries to do some shave off a couple seconds of some of the corners that I sort of messed up. Uh, let's do this one. Lotus Evora S. The menus in this game are so quick. Like I don't know if you can tell, but for most part of the time I'm barely waiting on loading screens between the menus because it's so ridiculously fast. Yeah, I didn't mean to drift, but oh crap, I forgot about. Oh crap. And the thing is, this is a sprint event, so if I mess anything up and don't get all 3 stars, I'm gonna have to retry the event. Yeah, I don't really remember the breaking points on this one. Like, it's coming back to me, but not right off the bat. That's tricky. That section back there is really tricky. I remember that. And I remember that one of the cars and the cars that came up with this track a lot back in the day was, I think, the hypercars category. So that section over back there is especially tricky in those cars. Like, just a tiny bit of harshness in your throttle control over that section, and that's enough to throw you off really bad. Yeah, but we got 3 stars, so that's okay. Did I improve my time? I actually did. Cool. Let's show how much I suck at drifting again. Did I get it? I did. Good, because drifting events are my least favorite. Not even gonna bother checking whether I improved my score because that's pointless. Let me see which car. Some people use the BMW M135i. I think I'm gonna give this one a go because I don't think I've driven that one enough. Yeah, I didn't. Much more than I did the Audi TT RS, but not as much as I did most other cars. I remember this corner, this freaking corner. I think I'm not supposed to press the throttle over that section. I think I need to lift off completely. Let me see if that works. Yeah. That's awful. But the tricky thing is, I cannot turn in as well, at least until I'm over that sort of bump. Which makes this corner very tricky to take. So let's see if I can pull it off. Oh, to hell with that. Not gonna restart it. Oh, this is a cornering face-off. Might as well get this one done. No, I didn't. Well, I have two other opportunities. Yeah, I think I bribed someone because I was supposed to have gotten a penalty over that, but it's so scary, man, taking this corner. Just a slightest slip up and, well, you saw what happened. I don't know how the hell I pulled that off. I'm always very slow over that corner, but somehow I managed it. Oh, but I messed it up here. .313. Yeah, I was much faster with the Audi RS 5. Oh well. Well, yeah, guys, I think that's gonna be it for this live stream. I did a lot of events, to be honest, so far. So I'm gonna be doing another live stream probably tomorrow. I'm not sure, but if there's gonna be a live stream tomorrow, I'm gonna schedule, and you're gonna be able to see it up on my channel with the exact timing on when that's gonna be starting. But yeah, so that's the first in a series of live streams that I'm gonna be doing on Driveclub, where I'm gonna be completing 100% of the game. I can't guarantee I'm gonna be doing the same for the Driveclub bikes expansion, because I'm not that good at the bike part of the game, and that could take me a lot longer than the car part of the game will. But let's see. If I manage to finish up the car part of the game quickly enough, then I might be due. I might as well do the bikes too, as the bikes as well. But anyways, that's been it for this live stream. So thank you for watching. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, keep an eye on the channel because I'm gonna be posting a lot more Driveclub stuff over the next few weeks leading up to the server's shutdown in March 31st. So keep an eye out on the channel, hit the like button, subscribe, and I hope to see you guys on the next one. Bye.